This is the job box 4-drawer aluminum shelf here. That fits perfectly into the Chevy Tahoe on the bed down there. It's got 4 drawers. This is how long it is. It's about 47 inches long. And I also have a Giotto bed slide, truck bed slide. The short version for the Chevy Tahoe. And this is a short version too, 48 inches. And I just want to populate this area right here. Where the back seat was, I still have the Fontaine steel cases from my last truck, which I'm using to lock up all my crap. And while I'm at it here, I gutted the whole back cargo space. No molding, none of that other soccer mom stuff all around. I took all that crap out just so I could get a few more extra cubic inches in here. Alright, so that's what I'm starting with. So here are the Fontaine boxes, and I made these out of antenna supports, aluminum. Cut them down to 3 inches. I'm just going to use them as spacers. So it's going to be a spacer, and it's going to be parallel to this kind of little shelf here. And then this will sit on top and fit level. And at that height, the Fontaine boxes will be parallel to this shelf over here. And depending how stable it is, I may put a little bracket here, L bracket, on top of the box, and then securing onto the cage itself, depending how it rides. Well, I can't leave anything well enough alone, so I'm going to modify this just a little bit here. This is the bottom tray that bolts down to the vehicle. I've decided to keep the 4 drawers on the very bottom. The 4-drawer job box here, according to the specs, does 200 pounds per square foot. So I did the math on the square footage of this thing here, and supposedly even distributed weight on top of the job box, it should hold 3,300 pounds worth of crap. So I'll keep that on the bottom and have the bed glide here be on top, because this here is rated for 800 pounds. So, and this thing here I think weighs like 80 pounds or something like that, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. This came with the bed slide, and I'm not going to use this. I'm going to go ahead and bolt it directly to the job box. So I'm going to measure real carefully and drill out the hose where this thing should interface with this thing here, and go directly onto the job box itself. So that should give me a good, I don't know, that looks like 2 inches of space, and it'll be a cleaner look as well. So here's the left side of the rails here, and like I said, I'm using the bed here as that side support cross beam. And I measured carefully, and I got the bolts here, and this little bracket here is going to ride right in this channel. Inside this channel here, the thing will slide inwards this way, and here's it is all taken apart. This is going to be on the bottom on the inside of the drawer, and this is on the outside, carriage bolts. And I got 3 points that I'm securing it to, and this last one that's like the farthest is the length of my arm, so I could, you know, reach and tighten the screws. Any further than that, and you're not going to be able to do it without some sort of special tool. Here's the last carriage bolt slide assembly here, and like I said, it's going to go right in that channel there. You just carefully slide it in there. Once you get everything, I went too far over here, that's why you see holes here. I couldn't reach it with my arm to tighten the bolts, so and that's where it ends, right over here, around here somewhere. And I got plenty of wiggle room to adjust as needed. And for me, the perfect length, well, the box can only go so far back, and that's going to be attached to the Fontaine boxes back here. But this here should be flush with the with this line over here to make it even, and that gives you just enough room to where the little handle part over here and the little lock release will not hit up against the door. And it's the most forward or backwards this way that it will go, so you'll have the maximum amount of sort of glide coming out the back of the truck. So here's the one side already secured, and I got about 1.5 to 2 inches of clearance over here, and the same on this side here. It'll be like 2 inches or 1.5 inches, something like that. And to look inside here, you can see the little securing bolts up there. Here's a close-up of one of them, and we'll see. I'm pretty confident that it's going to clear the drawer when I slide it back in there. So here's the one side, and it's not binding up, so we're good to go there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, but I'm going to leave some slack on the bolts here for some wiggle room, just in case I'm off by 1 millimeter or 2. We'll see what happens. Well, there it is. It's installed on the top there, and on the rail itself that attaches to this, I put down 4 tie down points. It usually comes with 3, but I had extra hardware, had an extra bracket, and I used it just for that extra stability if I ever need it. And there it is. And it's pretty smooth. I mean, and it locks into place. Lift this out, and that locks. It only has one lock point here. That's going to be pretty good, and I've saved myself a couple of inches and maybe, you know, that hardware over there. Now this is the rear passenger door, and here's the box, and this is towards the back here next to the cage of my steel box. The job box comes with hardware to secure it to wherever you want to put it at, and this comes with it. It's got a built-in sort of screw jack here, and there's 2 points, and I drilled a hole through the box, my metal steel case, to the box here, so this will be attached to this from behind here. And then when I attach those pieces together, I will drill down into the body of the vehicle right there to secure it all in one place. But I'm still flushed. You know, I got to position it and stuff, make sure it doesn't, you know, get all awkward. And that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. On the other point, it's the same thing. I couldn't use both of these because there wasn't enough space for both of these to bring it over this way. So I just used one on each side. So on this side here, so far the box and this box here is not fastened to the vehicle. It's not bolted down to the vehicle itself. They're bolted to each other. What I got to do now is just center this just right to where if I open these cabinets, make sure they're pretty clear and they're away from this thing. If you move a little bit this way or that way, your drawers is going to start hitting this thing here. So that's got, this here has to be perfectly centered with the center latch for your back door. Now you've seen the back area, how I secured it up in the back there, and that's pretty bolted down pretty good. And here's the front, and I'm mix matching the hardware from the cargo slide, and this bracket goes to the cargo slide, and it's just leftover stuff, and I'm reusing it. So I'm using it as a bracket for the box itself to secure it down to the bed liner here. And of course I stripped all the stuff here, and there's no carpet or anything, but it'll probably work if you have the carpet. I just prefer not to use it. But I have it self-tapping screws down to the floor, really shallow, and then bolted to the side there using the existing hardware from both units. Hardware from this thing and hardware from the cargo slide. And it's a tight fit right over here, but as you can see, the flat washer there, or the flat washer there, is free and clear of the glide for the drawers. And the same thing is on the other side as well. So that's the only sort of custom thing that I did to this, you know, as far as drilling holes to make this thing fit. So I got all four corners secured. The back corner is secured to the cabinet, and the cabinet is secured down to the floor. And I don't know if you could tell, but the whole truck moves. This thing is on there. Then finally on the cargo slide itself, that's 3/4 inch plywood, and it lines up nice and flush with this sort of side right here, and it's all throughout the middle there. And then this is leftover mat from the last Dodge truck that I was driving before, and I just cut out a nice little piece for that. And you put this crap on there just like so to hold the mat down. Once you secure that, you're good to go. Let's get a better view here. Okay, from the bed of the cargo slide and the bottom part of this molding here, I got almost exactly 27 inches. Then if you take the measurement from this lip here, I have 24 inches. So it does meet my requirements of at least 21 inches. That's the size of a NIFC portable repeater box for IBT. So it clears that. And there's the final product. All nicely secured. One bolt there, a couple in the back, plenty of room. Sticks out about that much, so I still have like maybe 1/3 of the cargo still in the lip there, but it's within easy reach. And one of those drawers holds 75 pounds supposedly. So this cargo slide was made for a Tahoe, and normally you'll use a tie-off point down here and then another bracket that hooks up to the back seat to secure this, but since I'm putting in this job box here, I needed to find out another way. Either do it with the cargo slide underneath or on top. For me, it looks like it works better, a box being on top. And also by doing that, I cut away using this bracket here, and the cargo slide is actually that much lower down here. If not, it would have been a couple of inches more higher. So that's pretty kick-ass right there. Old Fontaine boxes from the other vehicle. And I just got it bolted down over here. Then this is secured on this side here. And I still got plenty of cargo space underneath here. And there's the antenna supports as spacers to support this side of the boxes here. I don't think I need to secure that side down there or within here. So far it's solid in there. That thing ain't moving nowhere. So far I got one problem here. See this drawer here, it will not close all the way. That latch is supposed to go behind this plate here to lock it in, kind of like this one up here. See how it's behind this plate, just like just like so. This one cannot go all the way, and this is what the problem was. When I secured this screw back here to bolt it into the metal box here, the screw is a little bit too long, so I added a couple of more extra washers there to give it some space there, so it'll bring the screw over this way a little bit. So after applying these 2 washers here, these are just standard washers, I got enough space where the latch goes behind the plate there to secure it. Okay, let's take a look at that. Yep, just enough space there, and it's on there. So that's pretty much the only problem I had with this. Other than that, yeah, it's a bit custom made, a little bit of redneck engineering here, but you know what, it's gonna work. This pretty much took me 6 hours to do, with planning and fitting and finding out how am I going to approach this thing, and worked out pretty good. Okay guys, this is the installation video that came with the cargo slide. So yeah, when I first got the Chevy Tahoe, I was just going crazy with the storage situation. I had the pickup truck for the longest time, and I was okay with that, but had to do something with the cargos. I had to do something with Chevy Tahoe as far as storage. Every time I put something back there, it just gets lost. My whole system is just thrown out the window. I couldn't find stuff. Every time I get done with a job, the whole back of the vehicle is just one big old mess. So I had to do something. All right.